and then it starts all over again the next day. But the bottom line is, how many of you got up this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, can't wait to go to work at 6 o'clock? You know how many people say, oh, maybe I could just take today off. Oh, God, I haven't taken off for so long. And you know, you force yourself out of bed, the alarm rings, and you go to work, and at the end of the day, you feel great. You've earned your paycheck. You feel you've contributed. You feel good. You didn't want to do it in the beginning. So I don't care. When a couple says to me, I don't want to do this, I don't have any feelings anymore, I don't care. I don't listen to them. I'm telling you, if you kiss for 10 seconds, if you spend 30 minutes a day talking, 15 and 15, if you go on date night, if you go away on these extra little honeymoons, you're going to be saving thousands and thousands of dollars of marriage counseling. Look, would you rather spend $100 sitting in front of a table and someone is talking to you and you're saying, whining, complaining, attacking each other and going to your past and here's what you did and here's what you did, or take $100 and go into a room and have a beautiful bubble bath, bring wonderful sensual massage oils, give each other a head-to-toe massage, order room service and watch a movie in each other's arms and feed each other while you're watching. Man, I'd rather take the $100 and do that, and I'll tell you, I'll take any couple who says, we're ready for marriage counseling, and I'll take the $100 and stick them in the room and give them all these exercises to do in a 24-hour period, and I'll take another couple and I'll stick them in front of a marriage counselor, and they'll whine, complain, moan and groan about their life, about their past, what you did, what they said, and I'll tell you, at the end of 24 hours, my couple will walk out of there with a glow on their face and madly in love in the beginning, just like they were in the beginning. The other couple will be walking out of there, mumbling under their breath, saying, but you're, you know? So it's the doing that we forget, and we make life so complicated, and all you need to do, again, is get the information. What do I want you to do? I want you to schedule sex on your calendar. This is another homework assignment that you're going to get. And I know some of you are saying, schedule sex? What about the spontaneity? Let me tell you something, it was never spontaneous. Do you know that right from the beginning, you planned to be with one another? And I've got to tell you something, I look at couples and I say, what do you think a honeymoon is, if not an entire week of planned sex? That's what a honeymoon is. We're going to have sex all week long. And you prepare for it. You buy lingerie, he buys silk boxer shorts, you buy colognes, perfume. I mean, you really prepare for this week of lovemaking, right? Does it detract? No, you're all excited about going on your honeymoon. But yet when we get married, we think, I can't plan for sex. I can't put that on my calendar. You know why? I have a dentist appointment on the calendar. I have doctor's appointments on the calendar. I have car maintenance on the calendar. I've got teeth. I've got everything. Yeah, we put everything on the calendar except the person we love. It makes no sense. What I'm telling you is a very easy, simple approach to life, so that when someone comes up to you and says, we're having problems, I told you, you're going to be the true expert. You're going to say, you don't have problems anymore. Let me tell you what you're going to do. Let me talk about spontaneity for a second. I know opposites attract. If one of you is a spontaneous person, the other one's a cautious person. I know that if one person says, let's just go away for the weekend, let's go to Palm Springs, the other person's going to say, you got to be kidding. I just can't take off at the spur of the moment. I have responsibilities. You know how long it's going to take me to prepare to go to Palm Springs? And so you're opposites. Let me talk about spontaneity for a second. Spontaneity is nothing more than the amount of time it takes for you to act after you get a thought. And you know why we look at children, we say they're so spontaneous? They get a thought in their head every 5 seconds, and 2 seconds later they're doing it. They'll think about something and go, yeah, that's a great idea, and then a second later they're doing it. Okay? Now, just because you're an adult and it takes you a little longer to get the idea, decide when it was going to be a good time to do this, and then to carry it out, doesn't mean you can't learn to be spontaneous. Now, I told you I was going to give you a little homework assignment for all of you that are couples here. I want you to stay at the hotel tonight. I want you to stay here and be lovers. Now look at the faces, okay? Oh my gosh. One of you is saying, yes, yes, okay? You know what, the next one, I can just see it. I'm telling you, oh God, please don't let this be true. Oh please, I got to get out of here. I've already made commitments. I can't do this. We can't just stay. What do you need to stay here tonight? You need toothpaste, toothbrush, and clean underwear. No, you don't need the underwear, because I talk about that in my program. Leave the underwear at home. You just need the toothpaste and the toothbrush. No underwear. I don't know if they have 100 sets of toothbrushes here, but you can go to a major store around the area, I'm sure, and get a toothbrush. What if you decided to do that? What if you just said, that's it, I am. We're here, I'm going to stay. You know why you won't do it? Because it's for pleasure. If every one of you right now walked out and somehow there was a slippery substance on the floor, and you fell, and your leg went one way, your body went another way, and you broke it, and you knew you had to go to the emergency room, and it was stacked up, and you'd have to stay there for hours, every single one of you would call home and say, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe it, so-and-so slipped, and I've got to stay here. Would you watch the kids? Would you do this? You'd call aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors, friends. You do everything. You know, you'd call all your appointments off, wouldn't you? You'd say, I know I was supposed to go here, we're not going. I know we were supposed to go with you tonight, we're not doing it. Why? Because we are the most important people that I know in our life, and we're going to do something for us. No. If one of you had a heart attack and you knew you'd had to be in the emergency room, in a minute you would find every reason to take care of anything that you had going for you. But because I'm talking about pleasure, a lot of you will say, oh, I can't do that. We didn't plan for it. I know. Live dangerously. I don't want you to plan for it. I want you to just, the hotel has everything. You've got the bubble bath up there. You can order a bottle of champagne. You can have room service. You can feed each other. You've got videos that you can watch. You have everything you need to stay here. Pretend there's an earthquake outside. You can't get out. We're in California doing this. There's no way to get out of this hotel. You've got to stay here. Those of you that came by yourselves, I want you to get on the phone and call your mate and say it's an emergency. You're going to have to come here to the hotel. I can't tell you why. All I'm telling you is you've got to do that. Let me tell you another secret. Inside every man, no matter how successful, no matter how strong, no matter how powerful, there's a little boy that's waiting to come out and play. And every woman that's sitting out there, no matter how strong, successful, or powerful she is, there's a little girl that wants to come out and play. I want you to give that little girl and that little boy permission to come out and play. I know that every woman sitting out here that is reserved and modest, inside there's a sex goddess. And I know that every man out there that's logical and sensible, there's a Don Juan. I'm just giving you permission to let that little boy and that little girl come out and play. Now, for those people that are watching this on video, I want you to do something outrageous. I want you to do something that is going to knock the socks off your mate. I want you to do something that your mate turns around and says, oh, you did this? I don't believe it. Because I want all of you to create a memory. Thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Now that you've seen Dr. Ellen in action and an overview of her basic concepts, it's time to get specific. Open CD or cassette number 1 and join Dr. Ellen on a journey where you'll discover that having a great relationship really is simple when you know how. And Dr. Ellen makes it easy, fun, and rewarding. Congratulations, and thanks for watching.